Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruby. If you don't know, here we talk about fragrance, we talk about beauty, travel, modeling. I'm a model as well. Yeah, we talk about all of that stuff over here. I'm doing a series on American Girl in whatever country because I've lived in over 5 countries. I want to share my experiences in all these different countries. Yeah, let's get into it. So I've already done my experience as an American girl in Denmark. So today I'm going to do my experience as an American girl in Switzerland. I have been to Switzerland over 12 to 15 times. I've stayed there for months at a time. When I was living in Spain, I used to go there on holiday and stay there. When I was living in San Francisco and I worked at Google, I used to go to Switzerland and work from the Google office there for weeks, months at a time. So I have a very good sense of Swiss life, specifically in Zurich, and what it's like to be an American in Zurich, in Switzerland. So I'll give you a backstory. The first time I went to Switzerland, I was in college, and it was my first time traveling as an adult. I was seeing this guy that I'd met in San Francisco. He was Swiss, and we had made plans for me to visit him in Switzerland. So I went to Switzerland March 2016 for the first time, and I was nervous because I had never been to Europe before as an adult, and I was just nervous. I didn't know what to expect. And so before I went, I did look up some videos on what it's like to be a Black person in Switzerland, because the guy that I was seeing at the time, he had told me that there aren't that many Black people there, which is actually not true. There's actually a fair bit of people from all different races. Actually, Switzerland is such a international country. There's different cantons and they speak different languages, so it's very multicultural. Beautiful place. I would say I didn't know what to expect, so it made sense why I had thought to Google it, because I had bought into a lot of the lies that we were told being Black, that you're always gonna be having bad experiences where you go, and that's not true at all. Like, I want to tell you up front, like, for me, I've traveled all over the world. I've been to so many countries, and it doesn't matter. No one cares about my race. I've never been treated badly because of my race, because of my skin color. I've been treated really good by everyone I meet, and I expect to always be treated good by everyone I meet. Yeah, I don't hold any limiting beliefs that my race will ever impact what I experience in life. So that's just about me. It might be controversial to you. That's fine, but this is how I think and this works for me. When I did Google that, there was some good and bad experiences. At the end of the day, it didn't really matter. I was a little nervous, like as normal, because you're going to a new situation. But overall, I did always have this feeling that my experience would be unique to me. To say that I had a beautiful time. Like I said, I've been there over 15 times now since going there. And the people are incredibly kind, adoring. They would do anything for you. They help you. And I've had so many people go out of their way for me, to help me, to do things for me, to just be there for me. And it's been so lovely. I've met so many people from there. I've had friends there. I've dated so many guys from Switzerland. At one point, it was basically only Swiss guys that I had dated. Yeah, it's a wonderful country, great people as a whole. All right, so that is the backstory of why I love Switzerland so much and why I've been there so much. Now it's a little bit of the nitty gritty. Like, I'm going to talk about the fashion. I'm going to talk about how it's like to live there from my experience. I'll talk about the people and their culture. I'll also talk a little bit about food. I'll also talk about where to have a good time if you want to go dancing, because there is a specific place in Zurich that you should go to if you want to have a good old time, if you want to dance. So let's get to the fashion first. The fashion in Zurich is honestly, it's not very special. It's just very much standard European fashion where people are dressed pretty nicely, put together. You rarely see people like wearing pajamas outside. It's a very uniquely American thing, a North American thing. People are always dressed and put together. I think those were one of the first things that I thought when I was there. Like, why does everyone look like they stepped out of a GQ magazine? Travel and transportation. The transportation is great. It is amazing. Chef's kiss. Like, Zurich is a German-speaking country, and if you know anything about Germans, they're always on time. And if you're late 1 minute, they will have a fit. The trains, the buses are super incredibly reliable. Most people actually take the buses and the trains just because it's easier. And most people don't actually have a car just because it's really expensive to get like insurance. It's like thousands and thousands of dollars to get a driver's license and insurance and all that stuff. So most people just stick to taking public transportation because it's so reliable. Similar to Denmark, it's a trust-based society. You can get on the train, you can take the train, you can take the buses, but sometimes there is like an attendant checking your ticket and everything, and if you don't, you'll get a fine, a nasty little fine. And so I always recommend just always have your ticket. Don't try and dodge it. Don't try and do that. Just always have it. It's better to be prepared than to pay $100 fine. Even if you don't live there, like they will literally ask you for your passport and your address and your home location to send you the ticket. So I just recommend always have your ticket, always be prepared. Another thing about Switzerland, Zurich, it's so interesting because it's a society that everyone follows the rules mainly. They don't really jaywalk or do things like that. It's an incredibly safe country, one of the safest countries I've ever been to. I think Europe, most of Northern Europe, Western Europe, super safe places to be. Like I never felt unsafe in any of these countries. I would say as a woman going out at night, you are so safe. I think the only thing that I would say about going out at night, like if you're an attractive girl and you're going out at night, right? And you're wearing like something cute or attractive, like sexy, the guys, they do catcall there, which is so weird. It's so strange to see. I do notice that guys do catcall sometimes. It's weird, but it happens. And then there's specific areas if you're around there and you're a woman and you're attractive, like they will think you're a prostitute. So I would be careful about that, like those specific areas when you go out. But it shouldn't stop you from having fun and having a good time. Just don't pay those guys attention. But it is unnerving, it's annoying when just because you're dressed cute, like some guys, some older men will think you're like a prostitute or something. Because I think in a lot of Europe, in Italy, there's a lot of trafficking. African countries, Asian countries, trafficking women into prostitution. And if you are not white and you're pretty, or you can easily be mistaken as something of the sort. So that's just something to know. The food in Switzerland, the food is not that great. I don't recommend it. It's not really that special. If you like cheese, then yeah, you'll like it. If you like chocolate, there is phenomenal. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like chocolate in Switzerland is the best chocolate in the whole entire world. I totally recommend going to the Lindt or even the chocolate factory. It's incredible, but in terms of food, it's not like really memorable. And I'm lactose intolerant, so I've never had fondue. Like, I don't even know what it tastes like because I can't eat cheese. I would just say if you got it like that, if you want to spend money on not so good food, then go out. But I would also recommend if you want to have good food and you want to eat out, I would always go to like Asian restaurants, Mexican restaurants. Any ethnic food is always good. Usually ethnic food in different countries are generally very good, or Middle Eastern food, Turkish food, phenomenal, and those are not expensive. It's street food prices, so I would definitely recommend buying Asian, African, Mexican. Those foods are really good and they're generally fairly cheap. Now, the currency of Switzerland is Swiss franc, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio at the moment with dollars. Sometimes, like when I go to an Asian restaurant, I'll get like a really good plate of fried rice and stuff for about like $20, and it's a really good price. So compared to like Swiss food or a Swiss restaurant, you buy like a burger there and it's $30 and it's really shit. So I just don't recommend. I love the grocery stores there. Similar to Denmark, I love just taking the train and going to the grocery store, or there's always a grocery store everywhere. There's Coop, Migros or Micros, and there's other health food stores as well because I don't eat gluten or dairy. I usually always go to a health food store to get a lot of my grains and a lot of food that's not produce or meat. And the one thing I love about Zurich is the station, the main station, Zurich main station. It's incredible. There is all the shops around the station. It's the main hub of the city, and underground there's shops there, and it's a good time, and you can pretty much get whatever you need at that station. The country is immaculate, like it's beautiful. One of the reasons I love Switzerland so much is because of how beautiful it is. Like, it's green, it's pretty, there's water, it's peaceful, it's serene. I think the first time I went there, I just felt like this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. It's so calm and clean and peaceful, and it's not cluttered. Like, there's not a lot of people in the country, but it just felt like where I wanted to be. And I always wish that I went to university there because it would have been really easy to live my life there. And I had a lot of plans to move there when I was in college. Actually, after I graduated, I wanted to get an internship there. I ended up getting an internship in Spain and then ended up living in Spain for 2 years. I feel like if you're young, if you're in college or in high school and you are thinking of moving to a different country to go to school, like, I would definitely recommend it. It's going to be probably the best decision you ever make for yourself because you're going to grow, you're going to learn new languages, you're going to make new friends, you're going to learn how to adjust to new situations. It's a phenomenal thing to do. So I want to talk about getting a job in Switzerland. Switzerland is like one of the highest paying European countries in all of Europe. I think it's actually one of the highest paying countries in the world, maybe second to the US, depending on the industry. And so a lot of people want to go there because they want to make a lot of money. And they're obviously very, as they should be, picky, and they have like a arduous process for getting a job there. You have to be sponsored and all of these things. And so it's possible. There's so many people who have done it. You have to have a specific resume that is a Swiss resume. You just have to be really committed to the process and be patient and diligent. Also, learning the language really helps. I had a German teacher who became a friend of mine, and she taught me German when I had plans to move to Switzerland. And the lessons weren't really expensive at all. There's so many tools and apps now for learning new languages, so everything is available to you. You just have to be consistent, committed to the goal if you want to get a job there. But there are a lot of companies who do sponsor people to getting a job, and this is mainly in STEM roles and roles that they have a scarcity in people, which is mainly STEM roles. It's definitely doable, and I know of other people who are not in STEM that were able to get a job. You can also get referrals from people. There are ways, okay? So you just have to be resourceful, look, and try and find something. Now, I want to talk about dating in Switzerland. So for me, I've lived in a lot of countries in Europe. I've lived in Spain and Denmark. I've been a lot of places, and Switzerland is definitely my favorite place I've ever been to, dated people from. I've lived in London, like I've lived in so many places. And I think the Swiss people, they're not Scandinavian at all. Like they don't have similar values to the Scandinavian people, where it seems like feminism is really rooted in Scandinavian culture. I don't believe feminism is the same in Switzerland. I'm sure it's there. It didn't feel like it was in the way that the men behaved and treated you. They were really courteous and chivalrous and kind and loving and amazing, really beautiful people inside and out. Wonderful men. I always recommend, if you ever go to Switzerland, if you want to live in Europe just to meet someone, go there. Like they have really kind men there. Germany is the same. Beautiful, kind. They're really respectful. I have nothing bad to say about Switzerland and the men there. They're really one of a kind and good people. So even when I've met Swiss people in the US, I still feel the same about them. I think that they have really good values and they really know how to treat women well. And I know that a lot of men in different countries, especially countries where there's a lot of equality, they're going to other Asian countries and Latin countries because they actually do want more feminine women, more traditional women who appreciate them, appreciate what they bring to the table, because at the end of the day, men need to feel appreciated and wanted and not like you don't need them. So I would say that for those men, there is definitely lots of women who appreciate traditional men and traditional masculinity and don't give up. You don't always have to go to Latin America, but definitely I would say that feel like I have so many friends from Latin America and Asian women, and I get it. And I'm Nigerian, so I understand why more men are going to other countries like passport bros to find partners. In terms of making friends in Switzerland, it's actually fairly easy to make friends. I felt like it was quite easy to make friends in Switzerland. I'm obviously a very bubbly person. Not at first, I'm like reserved, but I love to get to know people, and Swiss people are a bit more shy. They're shy. They're not as shy as like Danish people. So for me as an American, I'm actually very outgoing in comparison. So it's just very magnetic and you easily make friends. As long as you're kind to people and you're nice, you'll always make friends everywhere you go. That's what I've experienced, is just being really kind and accepting and not having any preconceived notions about who I think these people are to be. I think that the best thing you can do when you are looking to make friends in a different country is throw away every single thing you've thought about them or have heard about them or anything that you expect of them, and just see them for who they are and get to know them. And when you accept them, you begin to just enjoy the people because you accept them for who they are. You're not asking them to be anything different. I never really experienced any form of racism there, and the only time I ever did was from another Asian dude that was like darker than me or the same skin tone as me. And he was like, go back to your country. I'm like, I'm American, dude. I'm from America, okay? I'm not suffering. I didn't come here to leech off of Swiss society. He ended up getting kicked out, but those types of people are very far and few in between. You rarely ever meet people like that. The only other thing that I would say about Switzerland that I don't like, I think that sometimes when something's happening, like once they see something happening, they don't say anything. They don't speak up. And that was very prevalent in Denmark. They just mind their own business. They don't care. And I think that's just because people are so isolated, and so they don't really have connection. So they don't feel a responsibility when they see someone getting hurt or getting bullied or getting harassed. They don't stand up and protect them. And I think that's the only thing I wish more of these European countries have. In Eastern Europe, this is very much ingrained in them to stand up and to respect and protect people who are weaker than them, and they're incredibly protective, and that's an amazing thing. And I wish more European countries, like Northern European, Western, just more countries in general, had a system or the value of protecting each other. And you don't always have to be a man to do it. Like, there, women can stick up for each other as well. Switzerland is a wonderful country. It's very expensive. I would say that if you're going to Switzerland, definitely make sure to have a good budget, and then have room in that budget for extra situations, because sometimes they charge for everything. I would be mindful of that. My favorite place to go out, like if I'm going on a night out, going dancing, is Langstrasse, which means Long Street in German. And it's just my favorite place. It has the best music, they have the best vibe. But this is like the area where it's a bit sketchy, and if you're a girl, like if you're a hot girl, like they will just think you're a prostitute, and they'll try and, because like I said, there's a lot of prostitution in a lot of the European countries. Just be careful of that. But it's such a vibe. It's a fun place. If you want to go dancing, if you want to go listen to Afrobeat music, like it's the best place to go. Yeah, I would say. But also, my favorite time to go to Switzerland is spring to summer. They have the best parties. Like, there is one party in, I think it's June or July. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the whole city becomes a party. It's incredible. It's so much fun. It's insane. It's great. It's a blast. Like, I love Switzerland. And definitely, if you're thinking about going, go, have fun. But make sure you have your finances, because like I said, it's a bit of an expensive country. But okay, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said in the last one, they'll be offended. This is my experience, okay? To be fair, I didn't say anything rude. I didn't say anything hurtful about Swiss men. I love Swiss men, wonderful men. So yeah, bye everyone.